Well, Gareth Edwards got out of the blocks in full sprint, but in one hand, he was all done dancing. We asked him who his favorite poker player was earlier. He said, me. Leanne Tweeden is with Gareth Edwards' favorite poker player.
All right, he is our first casualty of tonight. Gareth, you know, you're pretty aggressive. Those first two hands you won. Tell me what happened on that last hand.
Well, I simply flopped the nuts and, you know, going to put all his chips in when I wanted him to, and he got lucky on the river. I'm glad that fellow he got all the chips, so I hope he does something with them and takes it down tonight.
Would you be as aggressive next time around, knowing what you know now?
Oh, definitely. I think it's the right style of play for this game.
Well, good luck in the future. Hey, Barry, back over to you.
All right, thanks, Leanne, and let's take a look at where we stand right now. And Chris Stock still with more than half the chips. Paul Niemela at 48,000. Robert Brown, he's hanging in there, 47,000. Moorhead, 24,000. Crockett at 19,000 now. Of course, Gareth Edwards is gone. 5 players remaining.
And Barry, to have more than half the chips with 5 players remaining is huge. And Chris Stocks, if he can find the courage, every time he gets involved in a pot, he needs to make these other players make a big decision.
Niemela with a pair of 10s, and I would think he would be aggressive with these.
Particularly, you see he's got the button, that yellow-orange disc in front of him. He gets to act last for the rest of the hand. That's a position of strength, and he needs to take advantage of that. In fact, all these players, whenever they have the button, would do well to raise, put pressure on their opponents, and get to do something after them. Big advantage not only in poker, but speed poker as well.
Niemela will take it down. Not a lot, but he's going to take it. Thank you very much.
The blinds are 1 in 2,000. That means there's 3,000 in the pot before the cards are dealt. Right now, stealing the blinds isn't worth very much, particularly to Chris Stocks. But, you know, for a guy like Crockett, who's only down to 19,000, 3,000 represents about a sixth of his stack.
C6 checks. We have 3 players. 3 players.
3 ways now to the flop. Trey 10 king on the flop, so a pair for Brown.
C5 checks.
Check.
C6 checks.
Check.
C4 checks.
The middle player declines to bet.
Stocks picks up a pair.
Stocks not only has a bunch of chips, but he felt a little bit of weakness from Brown, who did have the best hand, but didn't put any pressure on the other players. Moorhead needs to get out of here with a 6 high. And now what does Brown do? He thought he had the best hand,
and he gets out of the way.
He still had the best hand, but because he's facing a guy who can bust him, he's got to give the respect. I'll tell you what, Barry, having that huge chip stack is like being the center of the universe. You've got a gravitational pull. Everything comes toward you, and everybody knows if they get involved in a hand with you, it could be their last.
Right, he can take you out. Crockett now with pair of jacks, and I would think he'll have to get very aggressive here.
Now, with Stocks raising it to 5,000, Crockett can almost get, now he definitely can get all his chips in before the flop. He needs to say, I'm all in.
Call. Wait, time, we have a player here. Take your players on.
Bet the pot.
Bet the pot, 18,000. All in.
So he will
all in.
Bet the pot, which is 18,000, which puts him all in. He only has 17,000 in chips.
C1 is all in for 17,000. C4 folds.
Well, let's see. Stocks, does he keep him honest?
He's got a bunch of extra chips. He doesn't really know what bad shape he's in, but if he did know, he made the right fold right there. You know, a 9-8 doesn't really beat very much, particularly an overpair. It's a terrible situation. This man is back in the game.
Well, Crockett, who likes boating and reading, he also likes firearms. They call him Beardy. You know why? Hadn't shaved in a whole long time.
The nickname Beardy came about as a bet between me and a coworker in 1977. I let it grow. It was a bet as to who could grow the longest beard that summer. Since then, I just got out of the habit of shaving. I've worn it long, I've worn it short. If I had to shave now after having this beard for 29 years and sat down at the poker table, I'd be embarrassed. I wouldn't know myself. It would definitely affect my self-perception. I wouldn't know how to act. It'd be like the first time I ever sat down at a poker table, and we've all been there.
You know, a lot of players like to hide behind dark sunglasses and cowboy hats.
That's right.
Mr. Crockett uses facial hair.
Next hand 2 and 4. Next hand 2 and 4,000. Fold. C4 folds. C5 folds.
Fold.
C6 folds.
Crockett has the boss hand again.
Bet pot.
There you go.
C1 bet 6,000. He bets the pot 6,000.
Beardy says all the price is going up.
Beardy's feeling pretty good about himself, and he gets Niemela to throw his cards in. So Crockett will take down 2 hands in a row, and that kind of gets him out of purgatory, at least for the moment. So Beardy hanging right in there. And looking, he's ravishing himself. Here comes the